Hi guys! Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Building a Nation with Polonia Warszawa. Today I've been kind of going through our old transfer history to see if I can find any players to start some episodes on, and then I remembered Mr. Bean. Genuinely can't remember his name. It was like Raja Boyan, something like that. Playing currently, in fact, for Feyenoord. I had no idea about this. He's certainly been on quite the career path after he left us to join Porto many years ago. So let's have a look at his career. So he left us for £4.5 million after basically, in fact, he didn't play. Did he even play a single game for us? I swear he must have done. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he genuinely didn't. Eventually went out loan to Royal Antwerp for a bit in Belgium. Had a pretty poor time there. Went on loan to Cagliari. Had an even worse time there. Came back to Porto. Did a couple of seasons there as a bit part player before finally going out on loan for a season to Vitesse, where he finally started to announce himself as a footballer. Moved for 1.6 million there in the end, and he finally started stringing together some decent seasons back in his native country. It's interesting actually that he moved back to Vitesse, which is the club that we bought him from in the first place. Finally though, this season in fact moved to Feyenoord for £7.25 million. So he's finally gone from sort of mid-table club to being top of the table with Feyenoord. So that's really nice to see. Is a total missing link player that I totally forgot about. There's a few more of these I might try and show you too. Right, some games off camera. And then Champions League, some interesting stuff to talk about in that, in fact, related to the other clubs more than us. So in the wake of our 4-0 victory over Copenhagen, we went and smashed 6 goals past Rakov. Big day, in fact. Vicente grabbed 2 more, but this time from open play. It's not like he's all penalties. A hat-trick as well on the night for Pereira, 1 for Blaise Lisic. Pretty much the perfect performance from our front three, literally. Broniszewski was the only player that was really underperforming, and even he got an assist on the night. Wonderful performance again. And then we had a cup match against a 4th-tier team, and I was forced to play the first team squad because the game afterwards was the game before the Champions League game, which meant that I was resting players, so this is the game that I had to play the first team squad for. And as a result, these poor boys, they got thumped for 13 goals. Still scored a goal, and their player that scored, Klata, got an 8.3, so it must... I mean, just what? Their goalkeeper got a 4.4. Probably one of the lowest ratings I've seen for a while. Blaise Lisic scored a hat-trick with a penalty in there. Orozco grabbed a goal. Brian Gorosito scored 4 on the night. Another hat-trick for him. Ibrahima Pereira also scored a hat-trick. We had 3 players get hat-tricks in this match. Broniszewski also scored 1, as did Alberto Freitas, as we smashed 13 goals past them. Poor people. And lastly, rotated side got a 1-0 victory away at Arca. Treverio with the finish, coming up trumps for us, playing in the midfield this time. Olivier, again, was phenomenal. And that leaves the league looking like this. We're on 28 points. Obviously flying away at the top, there's no surprises there. Lecky are now into second spot as GKS have just started to sort of slack a little bit. Zag coming back up there, Vispa down there too. Legia have started to fall away a little bit, as have Lek, but I feel like they'll probably get back into form. It's very, very tight there. Lecky is starting to really announce himself. Vicente still 12 goals, Pereira on 9. He's really starting to fire up the league as well. He's got nearly as many league goals this season as he got in the entirety of last year, where he got 10, to give you an idea of his real performance boost this year. And Vicente, just what an absolute mental player. He's got 16 goals this season already, I think, which is crazy because we're only in September. Right then. Let's get into the match preview today, where it is Porto, I believe, away from home, as you can see. Now, big stuff for a start. You'll notice that Lech Poznan did beat Olympic Lyon 3-1. Very, very comfortable victory for them, which was great. But what's much, much better than that is the fact that they got a 0-0 draw away at Spurs. I could not believe my bloody eyes. They were so fortunate. Their keeper made 25 saves against Spurs. I think that's the most I've ever seen in a game to get them that 0-0 draw. So pure luck in that sense, but they were very, very good against Lyon, and that's the main thing, leaving them 4 points on the board already. Unfortunately, in the Europa League, in the first round of fixtures, all 3 of our contenders lost. They were all playing the toughest team in their groups away from home, so maybe they'll come back a little bit, but not the best start in Europe for the Polish contingent, as Lechia, I think, have probably got a tough game tomorrow, I guess. But today it's all about Jurgen Klopp's Porto. So we're obviously not going to be playing this system today. We're going to move back to this one, which means Coronel will finally get himself a start. So Pereira, Lisic, Vicente, Edelberg. No, I played him in the last game, I think, so that we could bring in Broniszewski. I'm still trying to prefer it. Let's just see a comparison of these two. How well have they done so far? Broniszewski compared to Ed. I mean, look at the difference. I know they've played different games, but still. Gorosito, Coronel, Chabel, Falvella, Freitas, Alvarez, and Magozzi. Not bad. I'm going to put Prado on the bench because we need a backup for Coronel just in case. Pandurovic, Orozco, Firmino, The Lama, Waterberg, and Treverio. Very, very strong bench. Very, very strong starting 11. Hopefully we can come here and get a result. Ooh, okay. Different approach. Bonavento playing for them. It's going to have to do. I think we could do all right here. Okay, we are the favourites, which is nice to see, but I don't know. Porto, they struggled last year. They were in a group with Lech and got absolutely dicked on for the most part. What other games are actually on tonight? Have we got the other team in our group playing? Yes, okay. Albarracin really does like playing those balls in behind. Kind of like how Rursa used to be honest. He seems to have got more into that mould. Mendes. They actually look like they've got a bit of composure about them, which is concerning. They look pretty composed on the ball, to be honest. Big one. That's a huge header. Grau. Oh, wow. Goalkeeper, what are you doing, mate? Alessio Forlini scores the goal. What is the keeper doing? That ball is... like, it's a great header here from Freitas, but when it comes to Grau, I just think, oh, it's an aimless ball over the top. The goalkeeper's got a massive head start and he's just stayed on his line. Oh my god. Porto have been frustratingly good so far in this game. I feel like Magozzi should have done better with the goal, but... Lisic! Oh, what a bloody save! Lisic should be scoring there. Really good opportunity, and I can't believe that's not gone in. Yet the one at the other end does. God. Freitas! Yes! Alberto Freitas, back post. Lisic puts it across. Freitas is there. Not a shadow of a doubt about that one. Lovely old job. We're level up here. Good stuff. I think we've deserved that based on the chance creation. What a ball in, and Freitas just rising highest. Second goal of the season for him. It's nice to see him always grabbing a few each year. Right, back to level playing. Oh dear. Unless Lisic wins the header, which he actually has. Pereira's got the pace to go around a couple of players here. Oh! Oh! Oh, come on! Right. Can we talk about what just happened here? I've never done this before, but I think that requires the segment. I think we just had 4 shots that were all saved or hit the post in one segment. Run the segment, this time sponsored by Jimmy Taylor over on the Patreon. Jesus Christ. What the f*** was that? I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. We just had 4 shots in the space of like 5 seconds there, all of which either hit the post or were saved. I don't know. It's not exactly a good sign of things to come in this match, is it really, when something like that has just happened? Oh my god. Just going to up our passing directness a tiny bit, just because we're not getting a lot of the ball and we might as well get these channels working for us. I've honestly never seen anything like that before. Sometimes you see them when they'll have the shot and it will save on the rebound and you're frustrated. We had 4 shots. Schalke 3-0 up over Spurs, by the way. Interesting. Oh, Freitas' header over the bar. I mean, they took a lot of points in a group they weren't expected to last season. Maybe they can do it again. Valvela, lovely football again. Chabal, this time with room to drive into. Players left and right. Lisic's through. Oh, come on. I just don't know anymore. Chabal. He's so good at just picking up the ball and driving into space with it. Pereira's got it now. Into the channel for Vicente. He's through. Oh, well saved again. I don't believe this. I genuinely can't believe that we're not in front in this match now. We really have turned on the afterburners in this game and thoroughly deserve to be in a winning position. We just somehow not got it. Firmino, he's got Lisic up there for support. Lisic might run inside. He's just going to get tackled, isn't he? Yeah. Well, the chance creation has been top-notch tonight. It's just the finishing that's let us down, unfortunately. We need to find the winner. That's 5-0 to Monaco in their game now. Blocked. Sometimes it just is not your day, and today is that day. I don't know how we've not won this match. The goal they scored was insane. And we had that amazing moment that just, I don't know anymore. We've created enough opportunities to win this game, and somehow we're going to end up coming out with a draw here. Mental. Grau's ball in. Cleared away. Oh my god, imagine if that had gone in. Fuming wouldn't have even come near to describing my sensations then. Kicked out of play for a 1-1 draw away at Porto. That's just piss poor. I mean, we did everything right tactically. Created loads of opportunities. Just bumped in the bloody net, did they? God. We're going to be up against it in this group, I sense. We might end up not being able to get through here. Oh, my God. Magozzi, it's all his fault, but just kick it. I mean, there you go. 1-1. I don't believe that. Freitas man of the match with his goal, but come on. We're better than that. Really, really not what we wanted in this game. We deserved more. We just did not get it. Players just weren't able to put the ball in the net, as always. Right, off-camera games. Back in a minute for Monaco away. Nice and easy. Right, we're back. Had a game off camera. Actually had 2, in fact. First one, at home against Zag. 4-0 victory. 2 goals for Thiago Veras. Very nice. Gorosito grab one, as did Pereira. He really is stepping up his goal-scoring plight this year, and it's great to see. And then a 6-1 thrashing of Motor. We really have got more goals in our game this year, it seems to be. This is incredible. 1 for Treverio, but 4 goals for Bartolome Ichak. Crazy performance from the lad. It's nice to see, and he did that from centre of midfield too. What a season he's having, just from that. And a Firmino penalty, because it wouldn't be a game without a Firmino penalty. He's picked up a slight knock though, which is a shame. Not in this game, as in training. So today, we're away at Monaco. Quick little update. Lecce got a 1-1 draw at home against Atletico, and I looked at the stats and they probably could have won the game. I think that's probably a flash in the pan and they're still going to get mostly beaten in that group, but just getting a single point for them is an extra point in the coefficient chart, so that's nice to see for them at least. They're never going to get out of that group in any way, but it's a consolation, I suppose. Why do you play your key players so little in the league? I don't really. What I do is, if we've got a Champions League game within the next 3 days, I will rest and rotate the first team squad out for the league game there. That way we get a nice rest, and that way they're always fresh for Champions League league games. So what essentially happens is, because we play, like, if we go all the way, like 12, 13 games a season in the Champions League, that's 12 or 13 league games usually right before that, that I rest out the squad for. That's the main reason for it, and I think that's allowed us to be quite successful. Become Poland's manager for the series to continue. I know, I've even tried offering the Poland manager a job at Polonia so that he'd end up, like, dropping out, but he wasn't interested. I thought that was going to be a sneaky backdoor way of doing it, but it didn't work. He wasn't interested. Like, we discussed this previously. I said the only way we could really get the Poland job is for me to add a manager to Poland to kick him off and then resign that manager, and people basically said, and that wasn't my idea anyway, but people basically said, you know, that's too cheaty, so we kind of can't win either way, really, with this, unfortunately. I think you should still upload on here, but do a season review each season instead of just episodes. Do one episode each season the whole season. Yeah, a lot of people like this idea, but you do realise that just because you don't see it doesn't mean I don't have to play that stuff off camera. Either that would be one episode a week, and therefore the channel would die, because I'd only be putting out one video a week, and it would just, yeah, the whole thing would just die completely. Or I'd have to do, like, 7 seasons a week. I don't know. Basically, that ain't happening, because the reason I haven't been able to stream is because the amount of time it's taken me to record these videos has overflowed into the time I'd allocated for streaming, and that's even at the current state, let alone if I was to do even more of it. I have figured out a couple of ways that we could maybe streamline it that just trims it down by a couple of episodes if we were to continue. Firstly, the first Champions League tie after Christmas, I usually split into 2 due to the giant gap in between. That could be 1 episode instead of 2. Bam. Instantly more efficient. Secondly, because the group stages are a little bit more sure thing these days, I might be able to break that down into it's 1 transfer episode plus 3 more episodes after that, so I might be able to break that into 2 or even just 1 episode later down the line, so again we can condense it a little bit more. That would maybe be applicable, but once again, do realise this, that just because you don't see the games in a live com doesn't mean they don't have to happen, and that's really important, and I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm stressing about spending every waking moment on this save, because it's just not worth it to my mental health, and I hope you can understand that, of course. But I do want to try and make things more efficient in some respects if we were to continue things on. It's just they are missing Van Leuven and Goebbels and Kalala. These guys all played in the Champions League final against us, so that is definitely a positive sign. But for Posse's still out for us, and we've still got a few more injuries, unfortunately. Julian Nagelsmann now managing Monaco. They must have sacked their previous manager after what happened in the final against us. Right, so we don't want to be playing that system. We want to be doing this. I'm going to still go to this, do a quick pick, shuffle some stuff around. Look at this. Injury risk low. This is kind of what I'm after by rotating things around like that. That way we don't hopefully get as many injuries. So Pereira, Lisik, Vicente, not Edelberg. I just think that Broniszewski has just done such a better job this season. Gorosito, Coronel, Shabal, Freitas, Albarracin, and Mogotzi. On the bench, we're going to go Prado, the Llama, Orozco, Treverio, Pandorovic, Idshak, and Pimentina. Got to make sure we've got a backup just in case Coronel does get injured. Sorry, had to go and shut the window. Neighbour, as usual, being incredibly loud outside. God damn it, don't they know I'm busy? But I definitely do think we can maybe make it more efficient if we were to continue going. It depends on how this season goes, really, because other Polish sides are at least doing some decent stuff, and we've got a lot of them, so it might be all right. If we make a big inroad into that lead, we might be able to keep going. But it also depends on what we do. Like, bear in mind, we've played 2 games in the Champions League so far, and unfortunately only taken 4 points when it really should have been 6. And let's face it, we could come out on the wrong side of a result against Monaco today and find ourselves in real trouble of not actually winning this group. And they have an incredibly large amount of the football at the moment. Oh no, look at the space. Oh, bit fortunate there, in all honesty. Monaco do look very good. I would settle, if we had to, for a point away from home here, just to keep them within sort of touching distance. Like, our shots have been mostly free kicks from range. Oh, Gorosito's hit the post. He still looks dangerous from them, but that's all we're coming up with at the moment. Okay, we're slowly bringing our way back into this match a little bit more, getting stuck into them a bit more, and just playing a slightly more expansive style of football. Although, I still think this is going to be tough. Here comes Stead, or Steed. So it's through for Alonso. Oh, God. Oh, Martinho very nearly scored a goal virtually identical to the one he got in that final. Mostly getting down this right-hand side. Weirdly, so are they. With nothing else, we're in a good position in this match now. We've sort of got it under control where it was starting to run away from us. Also, how good are Lech doing? Still 0-0 away against Schalke. If they took a point there, that would be tremendous. That lack of overlap, though, really does seem to have stymied them a little bit. Gorosito can cut inside and have the shot, and it's offside again. It's a very strange match so far. Gorosito, very, very tight, which is kind of what we wanted, really. Sometimes we're good at getting out of these tight ones. Lisik, if Broniszewski can get there, which he can't. Martinho. Shabal's getting into the space, though, which is good. Oh, dear. That's really poor, actually. Stead. Oh, get your tackle. No, no, no. What are you doing? What is he doing? Just win the ball. When that ball is played over, he takes an awful first... Watch this first touch from the Monaco player and how easy it would have been for Albarracin to just... What are you doing? Just win the ball. And then he's just allowed to run right straight through, and then Martinho scores. What? Come on, just come up with something special. Treverio, he's going to cut inside and maybe find the shot. Saved by Bruno. Lisic's ball in. Oh, dearie me. Poirier lumps it clear. We've still got 30 seconds, but it's done, isn't it? Like, Idchak, go on. Drop it inside for someone. Coronel. Use Treverio. Use the overlap. Go on. Albarracin. Go on. Brodaszewski. Saved by Bruno. Oh, my God. 1-0 down. Let's just piss about with it. Oh, my God. Okay. Well, there you go. Pretty even match on the night, in all honesty. Wow, we've really had we've got stiffed over both these games. We should have beaten Porto, and probably were good value for a draw here, and it has really not gone our way today. My God. Schalke, unfortunately, were able to beat Lech in the end, but if Spurs can do them a favour and beat Lyon, which you feel they probably would do, honestly, a draw wouldn't be too bad for that result either. Might give them a chance of going through still. I suppose it shows that I do still care. I absolutely care when things like this happen. It's not like a case of, well, we've won things now, it doesn't matter. Oh, it does, believe me. I just want to show you what happens with the Lyon and Spurs game, because this could be quite important. Oh, God, they have. That's put more pressure on Lech, but it is going to get very tight in that group now. So, next episode, it's annoying. I would have maybe skipped a match, although we could maybe skip the FC Copenhagen one. I don't know, and then do Monaco and Porto instead, since that one seems like a bit of a formality. Maybe we'll try and do that instead. It's still a lot of games, but I think we can probably make that one happen. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, in spite of that, the first defeat we've had since Manchester City last season. God, that one sucked. This episode, we were so close to things and they just didn't quite come off for us. Drop a like on the video anyway, that would be awesome. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, that would be brilliant as well. And I'll join you guys in the next episode, maybe seeing on time anyway, for a Monaco and Porto battling it out again to see if we can sort of redeem this one. We still got to get through this group after all, but it looks like the chances of us winning it are pretty much dead now, which is frustrating. But I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.